Hello everyone on the internet. What is up? My name is Cortec and welcome to another Starcraft 2 stream. And today we're going to be watching a replay from like Dreamhack 2013, the winter edition I believe. And it's going to be a game from like the winners final. Just going to go straight off the bat to a winners final match. This match, it is going to be between what just happened there? What just happened there? Alright, it happens. We're gonna be watching. Wow, it's really bugging out, isn't it? We're gonna be watching a game between our Terran from Team Liquid. In the top left corner of the map, in the red color, we have Taeja versus our Zerg player from Team ST. In the bottom right corner of the map, it is going to be, in the color blue, Life. Now, this is a very interesting match up. A match up? That was weird. A matchup, a ZVT. In this map, it can lead to a lot of interesting scenarios. I mean, we can have a couple of drops happening from time to time, although it is kind of a tough map to drop. But for Zerg, we have this sort of situation. This third is a bit vulnerable to drops. Not really vulnerable. I mean, it's a best third to take versus this one. Because this one, this is just a really vulnerable path for drops right here. This path is really vulnerable to drops. I mean, you can get dropped from here, or to here, I guess, to this expansion. And if the drop fails, you can always try to this base. And for a Zerg, it's a long distance. You might have to do, you know, like a big distance, like this distance around here, or you know, this distance around here, and all the Terran player has to do is just lift and go, lift and go, lift and go. All right, now we're seeing from either player. Let's put up the production. Nope, that's not the production tab. This is a production tab. Wow. Now we're seeing kind of a like a 15 pool and expansion. I believe it was expansion first. Yeah, it was an expansion first. So he's gonna get the expansion and the spawning pool right at the same time, so he can get just straight up that queen production. Now that allows for a lot of like creep expansion and larva and a better economy, but it can lead to some early game trouble. But what we do see here is the early gas from Life. Now he scouted and he probably guessed, because of the gas here from Taeja, there's gonna be Reapers, or some sort of Reaper or Hellion, something like that. It's gonna be a lot of early aggression. Wow, okay. It's gonna be a bit of an early aggression here. And here we go, the Reaper. And he's just going around. The Zergling's already out, but there's no Zergling speed. But even though they're in creep, the Reaper can just go off the creep, or I think they have the same movement speed. Let's see, 375 versus 295 plus 088. So if my math isn't failing, that's around the same speed. I think Zerglings have a tiny bit more, if I'm not mistaken, but just a tiny bit more. So it's kind of troublesome. Let's check the math again. Now the queens, there's this kind of cornering. Okay, yeah, they do have more, the Zerglings. And there was a queen on either side. That's what's good about this early economics build. You can just go straight off and corner between the ramps and things, and you know, just prevent a lot of economic damage to be done. How much resources did you lose? You lost one drone, I believe. Maybe not even one full drone. I think, yeah, I didn't lose a full drone. He lost like a Zergling or something. Did you get any kills? Was it you? There you go. The Hero Reaper got one kill. It's probably a Zergling. So many Zerglings are out there. There are 5 Zerglings. So yeah, you got a Zergling. Now, what we are seeing here from Terran is kind of an early... It's not really an early expansion. It's an expansion. Did go barracks first into Reapers. And you just did a couple Reapers and just kind of follow them up with a straight up Hellion production with a reactor in a factory. Now, he's getting Tech Lab for the barracks. He's lifting the barracks up and going for the starport. What could be going on from here? You know, if you could see the starport. It's probably going to be like a Banshee play. Exactly. He's going for mega harassment kind of style here. Going for the Hellions for the ground harassment and the Banshees for the air harassment. And the Banshees early on, if they're done like early enough, especially if if the Zerg player doesn't get like a lair or something, then Banshees are a lot of trouble. I mean, Only with Spore Crawlers going to want to really defend. Wow, this replay is kind of glitched out. Very glitched out. It's kind of weird. We're going to have a replay kind of glitched out, but that's fine. That is completely fine. Now, what we're getting here as well is we're getting an Overlord kind of scouting. The usual suicide Overlord, as it's called. Why? Because you throw the Overlord in the middle of the opponent's base, Protoss or Terran. I think Terran, but in this case Terran. And just throw it at around the 7-minute mark. And you know, you just scout. Here we go. We have 6 Hellions and 2 Reapers coming in from Taeja. He's going to straight up some harassment. Can he get the Queen kill? No. The transfuses, though. The transfuses are good. He's getting a Spore Crawl here. I think he scouted the Banshee. He scouted the thing. Let's see. Did they see it? You know, if I could... Oh, okay. Yeah, that's not going to work. Yeah, no. Alright, whatever. I think he saw the starport here, and he knows with the tank cloud there has to be Banshees. So he just got the Spore Crawler around the economy, exactly, around the economy, around the building. Everything is important. Here we go, the full-on engagement. One Banshee is down. There's a lot of rings surrounding it, but still, another Banshee is down, but the Queen might just die. No transfuse. There are no transfuses. One Queen is down, but a lot of Hellions are dying. The Banshee, though, doing a lot of pressure, but he's getting close to the Spore Crawlers. Might just die, but he takes another Queen with him. And the Banshee is still alive, so he can go back to the base and get repaired. But I think he might go for a bit of extra damage. Maybe that's an SCV. No, that's a full-on Banshee. 2 Banshees. That's a lot of pressure. Let's see what happens here. The Queen... No, not Queen. The creep spread is getting demolished here. Life is trying to get some creep spread ahead. But Taeja's just denying the creep spread. However... We have a third base here from Life, and it's getting gassed up. Here we got a little bit of a link pressure here from Life. It's not doing a lot of damage. It's kind of just doing... It's getting the command center, the third base command center, or a planetary fortress, but I think that's going to be a command center and just use temporarily as a wall off. And it's going to use it as a third expansion. Here we go. A couple links got caught by a couple of Hellions. Here we go. A lot of kills. See the units lost tab. It is actually pretty equal, even though the Zerg player lost a lot more units. In terms of resources, they're the same. That's the thing with this sort of build. It goes a more gas intensive because of the Banshees, but it also goes a bit more mineral intensive because of the Hellion. So it's kind of it's a bit of an economy heavy build, I would say. It can be. Now you see the creep spread starting to progress now because you have the extra Queen just to work on that creep spread. And here we go. What do we have here? We have a couple of upgrades. I didn't even see the 1-1 upgrades here from the Zerg player, but no, he's getting the 2-2 already, and the Spire as well. It's almost done. It has a couple of seconds to go, around 25 seconds. Here we go, 25. He's gonna go for that Muta sort of army. Ling with a couple of Banelings to back it up. That is a very typical build in a ZVT, I would say. You can go Roach Hydra, you can go for a couple of Infestors as well, instead of Mutas. But he decides to go for the Muta for the harassment, because he sees that Taeja is going for a very economic heavy sort of thing. At the 11th minute, he has a third expansion now dropping. Here we go, we see a lot of Lings. I don't know how many that is. That is just a lot of Lings, around 20 Lings. Going straight for the harassment. He goes past Taeja with the micro there, or the timing, that not micro but timing, and he surrounds the Hellions. He takes a couple Hellions with him, but the Zerglings, a lot of them died, so I'm not sure if that was really that was good. Plus the Batch is sniping a couple of them off along with the creep tumors. Another creep tumor goes down. Units lost tab is still equal, just around 20 resources in difference. And Taeja he knows about the Muta. He's probably scanned or got a couple air units there. He knows about the Mutas, or he can just guess, or he saw them. And you see a lot of the Mutas here. I think one died, another one took a really large hit, almost dying as well. Look at that. But then again, the army is moving out for Taeja. A lot of Widow Mines, 3 Widow Mines. It's gonna demolish those Zerglings and those Mutas, plus the Marines. They're gonna help with the Mutas as well. So a lot of Marines still moving out. 4 Widow Mines. The Zerg is not moving anywhere, but the Banshees, they go and do a bit of damage here. But the Spore Crawlers helps detect the Banshees, and the Mutas finish the job, so there's no more Banshees. The Zerglings move in. They surround the Marines. The Widow Mines they're not doing that much damage in life. He just demolishes that army instantly. It doesn't lose that much in the process. Now there's still a Widowmine left, but they don't kill mutas right off the bat with a splash. I think they kill like one muta, the one they hit, it dies, but the explosion around it doesn't make everyone else die. So units lost tab. It's starting to go a bit in favor of Taeja, but still, it's kind of equal. Have a couple of changelings here being morphed, or no, being dropped, I guess. Now there's a couple of banelings forming here in the back, while the rest, like Life Zerglings and mutas, they move into the third. What is happening there with the banelings? Doing the wiggle there. Now, oh, okay, I thought he could maybe like move the banelings in, but no, he just decides to scrap them. But the banelings, everything moves in for the third player. A couple of Marines died. That was kind of a bad engagement from Life, because he lost all those Zerglings and banelings, but still he kept all of his mutas and killed a couple of Marines. So I don't know about that. Yeah, it pulled Taeja back to the equilibrium, like the balance kind of restored, but it's still not, Taeja's still not ahead. Still needs to pull a bit of extra weight. Now we see that Life, we have to look at this. Life is on 4 bases right now. He's mining off of all 4 as well, which is nice for his economy. His resources are still really nice. He has kind of a supply lead, and the upgrade lead, he has an upgrade lead as well. The 2-2, and he only has 1-1. Plus the air upgrades. He only has 1 attack upgrade. He's going for +2 attack in the mutas. But look at this production from Taeja, always moving, never stopping. A lot of barracks. How many barracks do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But we missed the engagement. Look at this. The army for Life moving in, taking a lot of those Marines. What is happening here? Life is getting, oh, Taeja, I should say, is getting demolished here. And a lot of Zerglings move in as well. And they're just here to finish the job. Put the last nail in the coffin, as a lot of that bio army died. But Thor is here to demolish the mutas. And they are gonna demolish the mutas. Taeja going for the 4th base. There's 1 wing here, and he actually killed 1 SCV before dying. But here we got the mutas. They're moving to the 3rd along with a couple of lings. But the mutas have to move back. That's too many Marines for them to handle. But more mutas, more lings are being produced. I missed the drop here. Taeja dropping the 3rd to do a bit of damage. Killed a lot of drones as well. So that was good. But I'm gonna say that was in favor of Life. I checked the units lost tab again. Yeah, that was actually in favor of Taeja. Plus the economy that Life lost here on the 3rd. He lost too many drones. So that was definitely a bit in favor of Taeja. A lot of mutas moving in. How many mutas is that? 7. No, wait, 15. Wow, my counting is off the top. And he brings an extra observer, you know, just in case of widow mines and all that crazy stuff. All that crazy defense. But here we go, the Marines moving in, and the Thors killing a couple of lings in the process. Now more lings moving in, trying to like bait those widow mines. They do a little bit of damage by friendly fire on these. But however, the corruption on the orbital command, plus the run by with the lings. There's a lot of turrets though. There's 4 turrets just in this vicinity. If he goes for this, all 4 turrets hit. So you know that's a really tough angle for Life to hit Taeja. Now there's lings here. He's just trying to bait the Widowmine kills, but because they get killed the Zerglings get killed so fast, it's gonna need more than just 1 to bait the Widowmines. There's around 5, 6. There's 6 Widowmines here, counting the one on the back. Although it's not doing much, it's still doing a bit. I mean, if there's like a run by through here and you can't spot it, you can still kind of get it. I mean, so it's good. Here we go, lings. That's the mutas, I should say. A lot of mutas. And Life going for the hive here, but here we got the engagement. No, that's not engagement yet, because the Thor just got a lot of those mutas off guard. Life wasn't expecting that Thor to be there. Now the hive is getting built or getting evolved, and Taeja knows about it now. Now what could be going for here? He could be going for Broodlords, or he could be going for Ultras, or maybe Vipers. If I was in his situation, I probably would go for a couple of Broodlords, just because of the Thor presence. But then again, with the Widow Mines, I could go for Ultras as well. And because there isn't really that big of a Thor presence anymore, there's just 1 Thor. You know, it's just the Broodlords wouldn't do that much. They wouldn't be that efficient. There's still just 1 Thor. The Vipers, however, will do a ton, as they could do the Blinding Cloud and just get the Marines and all. And I don't know if the Widow Mines get affected by Blinding Cloud. I actually don't know. But here we go, the drop here. They almost take that base down, but just so clutch. That one was so clutch, but Life still managed to keep his expansion alive, which is going to be really, really important, as his economy is kind of the same. Oh my god, that was kind of a missed micro. He didn't even realize that army was there. He could have taken a lot more units there. But still, the Thor is taking all the mutants down along with the Bio army. It's a massacre over here. It is just too big of a massacre. And Life just lost too much there. He's going for the ultras now, but I'm not sure if that might be just too late. Look at the units lost have. Life Taeja is definitely ahead by around 4,000 resources. And there we go. He might. Oh no! The medevac pickup on that Thor was just amazing. Excellent micro by Taeja, but he still loses that Thor. However, all the Baitings move in. They get a couple of the Bio army. That's just too much here. How are there any ultra being produced? No, it's just Link. He doesn't have the minerals or the time to make ultras. He has to go for the fungals. Get the fungals, Life. Here we go. The fungals helped a lot, but I just think that's a bit too late. There's still too many Marines, too many Widow Mines and all. You know, it's too much for Life to handle. The moment Lings move in, they get them instantly by either the Marines, and if the Marines don't kill it, then the Widow Mines will. But still, wow, I've managed to survive that initial attack, but a lot of Bio armor is moving still. Plus a Thor, one Thor, just to kill all those mutas. Now, this might be the last nail in the coffin. Now, 6 infests are being made, but they just won't arrive in time, as Life's army moves in, a couple Lings, a couple Banelings, the mutas as well. Oh my god, he actually takes out the Thor, but there's still too many Marines, too many Widow Mines. Now with the Widow Mine friendly fire, oh no, he just lifts that Bio army with the Medivacs. And he only has like 3 mutas left, plus a couple of Lings, not even that many. So I don't think Life has that big of a choice. Now, the nice fungal before he died with a Baneling. The Baneling fungal combo is always just too good to be true. Another fungal here. There's just too many Widow Mines, too much Bio armor just moving across the field. Taeja just keeps producing, and Life just can't keep up. He needs a way to stop this now, but he just can't. He just has no choice. And Taeja's army is just moving across the map, and he's ready to move into the natural. And GG or WW, and Liquid Taeja is victorious. Now, what we saw here was pretty much just Taeja taking dominance, just fighting back constantly. He had to make his economy survive, and that's exactly what he did. He just kept his economy alive, and that's how he survived and got the awesome economy on 4 bases to beat Life's 4 and 5 base economy. He was starting to get the 5 base. And with that 4 base economy on a Terran, the production is just unstoppable and brutal, and it is just too good for Life, for what Life had to handle. So he just kept moving units across the map, and he just kept pressuring Life in the end with a lot of units. Kept pressuring, and that's what eventually got him the game. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this little commentary, and I'll see you all next time.